Let's go.
The Ace and TJ family presents Unfiltered, Uncensored, and Uninterrupted. Well, almost.
Right here.
Let's go. This is Share Funny from the Ace and TJ Show Plus.
This is Share Funny, y'all. Come on.
I think maybe our disagreements that we have from time to time, Alexis, you and I, have got people thinking that we really don't get along or agree about anything.
I know.
And that's a bunch of bullshit.
Some bullshit. We're like the bestest of friends.
This lady says, I know this comment comes from Monday's show. I'm just listening to it right now. Just want to say I love that TJ and Alexis are able to agree on the fact that that guy at the pool was being rude and annoying to Alexis during her pool time. This might be the start of a bridge to new and beautiful beginnings.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay.
So, I mean, obviously, people have that, that idea that you and I just argue all the time and don't get along at all. I think you and I could also agree that that's your fault.
I will agree to disagree on that.
It's your fault.
I think that I've done a lot better at not arguing back with you anymore.
Mm-hmm. I didn't argue anything this morning whenever Ace was seemed to be genuinely interested in your whole universe sent me a bumblebee story.
Oh, I didn't need you to
this
say
morning.
it out loud because I could hear your thoughts.
But I didn't say a thing. I didn't make any faces. I didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. Did I?
No.
Not that I
see.
I didn't seem to be genuinely interested. I was genuinely interested in hearing the story.
Okay.
See?
All right. But still, I didn't say anything about it being crazy or weird or anything like that.
And I appreciate that.
You're
Look
welcome.
at us. We're growing.
You're welcome. Now, when I get home,
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna Zoom everybody else on the show and in the company, and we'll have a discussion about how we, but not now. Not now.
You're going to have to learn how Zoom works.
That's what happens far too often, is that those types of things in our society bully people like me into shutting up.
Well, and part of the problem is
universe and crystals and things like that.
I bullied you to shut up.
No, I mean, people do, though. Like, why are you so negative about everything? I've said that before. Is like, if you have an opinion that's not, along with it goes against whatever the feel-good fantasy, whatever vibes way of looking at things is, and then you get, I guess, basically beaten into submission.
And think about this. A lot of times when y'all get into a discussion on the air and it's kind of an argument back and forth, it seems to go longer than most people think it should, because Alexis's arguments are just nonsensical. I mean, things like, well, that's the way I do it. Mm-hmm. Even though you say, well, that's not, then you're using it incorrectly. Well, no, that's how I do it. Well, then
perspective.
That can be frustrating for those of us listening.
Why are you letting it frustrate you?
Because TJ's saying facts and you're just ignoring facts.
But you choose your emotions, Ace.
But it frustrates me because it's stupid.
You're yelling.
See, he's getting upset. You're choosing your emotions.
It makes me crazy.
Don't let him make you crazy.
When you say things like, I just choose to not do it that way. Well, then you're doing it wrong. Well, that's what you say. Nope. There are facts, and there are facts, and there are facts.
Well, it makes me crazy and cringe and all kinds of weird when you say that you're a dungeon daddy, and when you turn everything into creepy stuff. But I don't get upset or mad about it.
That's part of your job. That's kind of goes with the territory. I've been creeping women out on this show for a long time.
And those are facts.
It's your job to be creeped out by me.
I have creeped everybody on this show out through the years.
See? And I'm happy.
Yeah, well.
Do you, boo?
Do you, boo?
Do you, boo? You shouldn't let me get you that upset. Why do I have that much power over your emotions?
Yeah.
Because it's the
That's
show.
crazy.
Because it's my livelihood that you're affecting. You're affecting my livelihood.
That's what I always tell listeners when they complain, they get offended by something that I say. I go, why do you care what a stupid DJ is saying? You know, how does that affect you? You know, you should be better than that, than to let whatever I say
You
affect
say
you.
you're offended. You can go straight to hell.
You have control.
You go straight to hell.
You're what? Oh my God!
HE double
Why
hockey
do you
sticks.
care what I think?
Right.
Obviously, you think very little of me, so why would you care what I think?
Yeah.
That's what I tell people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have my staff do it, but whatever.
That's healthy.
I like to point out, look, I think very little of me, so
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yeah,
nothing
you
you're
can't
gonna
think
say
any
that's gonna
less
make
of me
feel
than
any
I
worse.
already do.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
So, Riggins, do you think that that you're moving into a new place and all, and the fact that you hate change so much is playing a part in your being sick right now?
I think so.
You've worried yourself sick.
I think that's ridiculous as it sounds. I think that's what's happened. Because I was like, who did I talk to that had a cold? I stressed out. I got
He's
myself
just talking
sick.
about he's stressed out.
Well, because
Moving
he
is
stresses,
stressful.
but he
Yeah.
stresses over any change in his life, out of his
Exactly.
routine.
So
kinda
you
thing.
don't find anything like this is your first house and you're like excited about it and everything?
Yeah, like tomorrow I'll be excited. But right now, it's just misery.
Yeah.
It's just misery.
Moving days are very stressful to begin
Yeah.
with. They suck. They really do.
And I
But
worry
he
about the
started
dog.
getting sick a couple days ago.
Yeah, yesterday I
Just
started to feel it, and I was
thinking
like,
about
Preemptive.
why am I getting sick? I haven't really been around anybody with a cold, and I didn't change anything. And I was like, oh, I'm just like, I've worked myself up into an illness.
And it wasn't very long ago you had a cold. So it was maybe a month ago, right?
Yeah,
when you
yeah, I
had
had a sore
cold?
throat.
But
When did you? How long ago was it that you made the decision to make this move? Was that about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I don't handle it well.
Well,
I don't handle it well.
Alexis, can he put a crystal in his pocket
Yeah, he can borrow.
and
Of
heal him? It'll heal him.
course, one of my many.
Could you bring him a crystal that he could bury in his yard to give him good vibes at his new place?
Yeah, I have to see what the energy is like in there first. Though.
sounds like
How do you do that?
I gotta-
You go through. You got a machine like Ghostbusters. You can go through there and see what the energy is.
I'm the machine. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's popular everywhere, but Catholics will bury a statue of, I think it's St. Peter
Yeah.
in the front yard.
And it helps you sell
Helps
your
you
house.
sell the house, right? It's pretty common. I think my parents did it. But we got a message from a guy the other day when we were asking about like who's got an altar in their house. And this Hispanic guy said, oh, yeah, my aunt is way into altars and shrines, and she has one altar for a certain saint. I forget who it was. Let's say it was St. Thomas. And he goes, and if she prays to St. Thomas and whatever her prayer is doesn't get answered, she'll turn him upside down or like knock him over. Yeah. Like knocks him over because he's not fulfilling
Right,
his
yeah.
duties, I guess. It's so
That's
funny.
And that is what the Bible says about every prayer, that it will be answered, and if not,
Right.
then you should be upset.
Yeah,
so
if your prayer's not answered, lash out
Yeah.
at a religious figure somewhere close to you.
Yeah.
Stupid St. Thomas, not answered.
Yeah.
Like I prayed for spaghetti tonight.
Yeah.
Like, hello, what else are you doing up there? Are you busy?
We would pray to St. Anthony for like lost things. Like if you lose something, oh, pray to St. Anthony. Pray to St. Anthony. And, you know, it always works.
I thought you're not supposed to pray to anybody else but God.
Yeah, we don't believe in that. We're praying to everybody.
Catholic.
Oh, okay. So
pray to
Christians don't
everybody.
believe in that. Praying
Well,
to saints and
Catholics
stuff?
are
We are
Christians.
Christians.
Yeah.
Oh, see, this is so confusing.
But other faiths, you know, believe that the prayers get to God through Jesus only, or you know, your soul is saved by Jesus, and that you don't pray to, like, you don't ask a man or a person for forgiveness. You only ask God for forgiveness. That kind of thing.
That's why people say in the name of Jesus Christ
Yeah.
at the end of a prayer.
But that's why I've always found it odd, as not that it's well, it's found it odd as that as Catholics go to confession, and then the priest say 10 Hail Marys, and then you're forgiven.
It's not quite that easy.
I know. Well, that's my understanding. I've never
That's
been
the way it is in the movies.
but
You're right. You're right. Totally. That's all I know is from the movies and everything. You're right.
But the father is the one. That's what they call him, right?
Yeah, I'm not interested in having defending my faith right now. But
Oh, no,
I was
not
gonna ask a question.
yeah, I'm not into it. I'm sick.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is it defending? Was somebody just asking
Yeah,
you questions?
We feel that you can only do it. Okay, that's fine. Like, I'm just not interested. I don't want to do it.
But it's not defending anything.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. She asked me what the difference was, and I told her the difference.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Alexis.
Oh.
I don't want to argue.
Okay, here's my question. Well, I probably shouldn't even ask this because, well,
No, don't ask.
Yeah,
okay, I want to ask. Bring it to something very nice for me one time, and nobody even really knows about it. But I use it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, but I don't know what that means.
That's fine.
It's comforting. I don't
Yeah.
know why it's comforting. It just is,
Yeah.
and I'm not Catholic, but it's still comforting.
Yeah.
I'd say I've kind of gotten into it. But it doesn't make me? Riggins gave me. Technically, it would be a rosary.
Yeah.
It lays on my desk at home. And a lot of times, if I'm saying a prayer or something, I'll just pick it up, and I don't know why it makes me feel comforted. It just does.
Yeah.
That's not bad, right? Because I'm not Catholic.
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's all good.
That's what I figured. We're all going. It's going in the same direction, so I'm good.
In the same
We're all headed north. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Throw a couple of man upstairs comments, and
There you go.
everything's good.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Oh, God,
the big
what was-
guy upstairs.
What was the one? Oh man, it was in a TV show. There was a man upstairs. He's doing something with the man upstairs tonight. The other day, in some TV show, and I almost laughed out loud at what it was. I don't know if it was. God, I can't remember what I was watching, but it was the very thing that TJ's always talking about. He's
Yeah,
DJing
when
for the
he
man
said-
upstairs tonight. Like,
Yeah,
no,
when
he's
they-
not.
When they say that his sinful behavior on earth is continuing with God,
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
whatever it is. He's throwing a wild party with the man upstairs tonight.
Yeah, nope.
Don't involve God in that.
He is not.
He's toasting the man upstairs.
God's like, keep me out of it.
Yeah, I wish I could remember what it was that I saw over the weekend, but it was something
usually
like that.
it usually rears its ugly head during a eulogy of
Yeah.
someone who's not a churchgoer or religious at
Yeah.
all.
This was oh God, I never remember. It was so funny though when I saw it at the time.
Yeah, he's grabbing asses upstairs.
He's grabbing asses
Whatever.
upstairs.
Yeah, God got the best bouncer working the door at the club upstairs tonight. Everybody knows it.
Love it. When I always thought it was weird when I gave my dad's eulogy, I made a joke, and I don't think the preacher of the church where the eulogy was held got the joke, because I was making the point that to me my dad was worked all ends of the spectrum. That he could at 1 minute he could say something so unbelievably. That we would have long conversations about what he learned in Sunday school that day and what he'd been studying in his Bible and all that. And then 2 minutes later, he would say something so unbelievably politically incorrect that you'd have to reel him back in, like, whoa, And I said, everybody in here has a story like this. Everybody in here could smile right now at an incredible story that would make you laugh of a time you spent with my father. And then I said, now, only about 4 of those stories could be told in this church. And he got a pretty good laugh. And then the preacher pissed me off a little bit, because when he came up and he goes, you know what? I have a lot of stories about your father that I could tell about good times. And I want to go, F off. Who are you? I'm making a joke here. Reel it back in there, buddy.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just because my stepmom works in the office, just like slow it down. Don't, no saving face here. We're just telling some jokes.
Stepmom worked in the office.
I know. Made me mad. I was very offended by him.
So I got a direct line.
Yeah, I guess he didn't want me. I don't know.
My
Made them look
stepmama
bad.
answers the phone here at the church. Some preachers just aren't funny. They have no sense of humor.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
It's like being funny is not against the Bible, preacher.
I think
You
best
can do
preachers
it.
are pretty funny. Yeah.
Be funny.
Yeah.
It depends on the type of humor
Well, yeah.
that you use. I mean, I'm sure that he was worried you were going to say something in the church house that.
But I was just making a joke. Also, I was
But
telling the
at
truth.
least though, at least you waited until your dad died before you started telling stories about when he was alive, instead of the way I did it, where I announced that he had died before he died.
Right.
Why did you do that?
I grew up watching TV, and they said they were taking him off life support. And on TV, as soon as they do that, they die within a couple of minutes. So he said they took him off life support today, and I was hosting a little contest promotion thing at a monster truck show, a monster jam, and I announced to the crowd why Ace wasn't there that his dad had just died in Louisiana. And I had taken Ace's son with me to see the monster truck show, and that's the first he heard that his grandfather had died,
But he hadn't
hadn't
died.
died yet, and it was another week or so.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Luckily,
But that's what I learned a lesson. You don't automatically die immediately when you unplug the machine.
Yeah, you know who else thought that? I did, because the doctor said it could take 2 or 3 days, and I said, "What?" I said, "I thought you just died." He said, "No, the body functions, blah blah blah. It could take a couple of days, usually by Sunday." My dad lived until Tuesday.
He's like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, I'm like, this is crazy.
leaving.
luckily, Cade wasn't paying attention to anything, so he was looking at monster trucks. He didn't hear anything TJ said the entire time. He had no idea.
And titties.
That's what he was looking at.
Trucks and titties, Daddy.
Hey, miss any part of Share Funny? Subscribe to the podcast on all major podcast platforms. More Share Funny coming up.
If you want to sleep better and lose weight, then the product that you need is called Calitrin, or you can pronounce it Calitrin. Very easy for you to get. Just go to acetj.com/weight loss. acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
The Johnson Group Facility Services is a commercial cleaning company that focuses more on customer satisfaction than the bottom line, because each customer works directly with the owners every step of the way. If you need any commercial cleaning, the Johnson Group can handle it. Get details at acetj.com/clean.
Share Funny has its own Facebook group. To join, search Share Funny and get more. Now more Share Funny from the Ace and TJ family.
You know, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people think that our job is not serious, like we don't have a quote unquote real job,
Right.
and all that. I just wish that a lot of times the cameras in here could be on the whole time, you know, even when we're not talking into microphones and stuff, to get the behind the scenes depth of what goes on here and how this is a true business and a real job. I mean, a minute ago, well, I guess it was maybe 30 minutes ago, we were discussing a topic that I don't know, that could actually change the world. And Riggins started it when he said, "Rob, who's got the best chicken tenders?"
He's our guy for chicken tender. He eats chicken tenders a lot.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that just, I mean, if people just knew that that's the kind of stuff that we talked about. It's basically a think tank in here.
Very much so. Every day is like a TED Talk.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I hear people talking about it, and then it's one of those things that I think I should know, so I act like I don't act like I don't know. But it seems like something I would effing hate.
Yeah,
You would. I love
Because it's all liberal stuff, and
It's not, but people love telling you the TED Talk they listened to recently. They love talking about
right,
the
like
TED
it's
Talk.
making them sound intelligent.
I just listened to one yesterday.
Yeah.
So what is it?
It stands for Technology Entertainment Design.
They have
Okay,
they have
well,
a
what is
wide,
that?
wide variety of people that are the best in their fields.
Influential people.
And they get up there and they talk about their successes, things they've learned. And a lot of the time, they are pretty interesting. Very niche.
They're not. How do I say this? There's not just one TED Talk, right?
Yeah, no.
Right, because I have
a ton of them.
Because I'll say I watched a friend of mine give one. It was really awesome, but it wasn't like the others that I'd seen. You know, they're a TED Talk can be. At first, I thought
It's
at the
just
time,
speeches.
Yeah, they're just speaking. But I thought a TED Talk was like they all came from. There was one place. This is where they did TED Talks.
TED.
And turns out, it's the official TED Talk place, whatever that would be.
And by country, too.
Yeah, and so now that's when I learned. I was like, "Oh, you're doing a TED Talk." I was super impressed.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, we're doing it from our office, you know, our conference room, or whatever." Oh, okay.
No, it's TED Talk Light.
Yeah. No, it was a full blown.
It's a
but yeah,
TED Chat.
It's more of a.
No, this was they brought in video screens and moved the furniture out, and it was really badass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was cool.
When you move furniture out, by God, that
Yeah.
means some people are coming over.
Serious business.
We got
Yeah,
damn
they got
TVs in
damn
here.
parties going on. We rented some big TVs,
Hell yeah.
rent to own, but we ain't trying to own them. We're going to watch the damn Super Bowl here, and we're even moving furniture out.
Okay, wait. Here's something that I probably shouldn't even talk about this on the radio. That you talk about things that are cool. You weren't talking about things that were cool?
No, I was talking about this, the not knowing what TED Talk was,
Oh,
and,
okay.
and then I assumed that it wasn't cool because I don't already like it.
No, I think they're cool.
It's not for
But I
you.
don't like I usually don't like it when people call a speech a talk.
It's not really like a speech, though,
Yeah.
right?
I see the app on my TV, the icon for it,
Oh, real?
but I've never looked at
But they have a TED Talk icon?
emoji thing. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
whatever you call it. Yeah.
Platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get an app. But
It's not for you. It's boring. You're going to find it boring. But then again, you watched that documentary on Amazon the other day about what was the guy's name?
Dr. Walter E. Williams.
Yeah, which.
But that was more interviews and old footage and
Yeah.
and things like that. I mean, he was actually interviewed in the documentary, and other people were too.
Yeah. For example, if you go to YouTube and I just typed in TED Talk and you get a whole list, TED Talks, and these all say like TED Talks, and then the category is out to the right: motivation, best speeches, confidence, procrastination, relationship, psychology, anxiety, depression, Elon Musk, these kind of things. They're all these different things.
The one I saw yesterday was that Holocaust survivor that died last year, and he did a TED Talk right before he passed away. Actually, it's very, very, very emotional.
Here's one about the economic future of Louisiana. Like, you got to find
I
some.
know where that is.
Yeah.
They're very like niche things,
Yeah.
but maybe if you find one that you like or that seems interesting, you might be into it.
But you say, Riggins, that people always want to tell you that they watch the TED Talk because it makes them seem informed and
My brother is
Yeah.
one of them.
enlightened.
Yeah.
Which
I
one?
just watched who do you think? The middle one. The smart one. But yeah, he loves talking about the new TED Talk you watched. It was incredible. Like, if you watch one that was just shitty, everyone was incredible.
They got them on fishing. You can get a TED Talk about fishing.
Hang on a second. I'm going to Google TED Talk fishing.
Oh my God! So yeah, that's what I want to do is turn on my TV and watch a class.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
They've
what it is.
They've got a TED Talk called Fishing for Calm.
No, I'm talking about bass.
The 4 fish were overeating, but that's about it. Yeah. I am way into something, though, and I probably shouldn't even bring this up because I think we should do something with it on the show. Has anybody else seen Riggins, Alexis, maybe Rob, you might have seen it, the traveling hibachi grill?
I think I have. I think
saw
I
it
have
on.
seen that.
I saw it on an Instagram ad.
Is it a sex thing?
It's here in the mothership market.
The old.
It's
So
like
you're giving her the old traveling hibachi.
you
She
can
had
have
to go
like,
get a shot.
yeah, you can have
gave her
like
that.
12 people or something, and they bring the couple ones I saw. One was set up in somebody's backyard, and another was in a neighborhood cul-de-sac. The neighbors had this. It's a hibachi grill, and they bring the tables and everything, and they set it up like a hibachi restaurant, but it's outside at your house. And I thought, that's cool. How much fun would that be? Have the neighbors all together. You have a little
Ooh.
party.
Yeah, that
in the
sounds like
heat.
a nightmare.
In the heat? You'd have to do it in the fall or
It's
something.
gonna be
right?
hot.
In the
Bugs.
evening, you'd be all right.
You know how hot hibachi is?
Well, I mean, they're not right up on it. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Could you get within 500 degrees of how hot that is?
Yeah. And they say that it's impossible to catch a shrimp in your mouth outside.
Yeah, the wind,
You gotta,
Yeah.
right.
bugs,
And what if it rains?
Never mind. Bad idea. I'll work on it
the
myself.
traveling hibachi.
Yeah, it
Yes.
looks pretty cool though. So there's people like in their driveway, and they had the neighbors set up, and they had the little traveling hibachi. It was really cool.
Rednecks love doing stuff in the driveway. Let me tell you, a
Yeah.
fire.
Hey, let's set up the hibachi in the driveway, bud.
It's a huge thing.
Watching ball games.
Yeah, like everything's done in a driveway.
We can set off some fireworks.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, they put the screen in the back of the truck. Watch watch the ball game, hook up the satellite
Right.
out there.
I got fire pit out here.
Driveway.
But the chef comes with it. It's not just the equipment, and
No,
you,
the
and you
chef
got to
comes
do
with
the.
it. Look. Bam.
Must be his thing. Like he started this.
Yeah.
And he,
Yeah.
That's what I want is I want fish out in the heat, traveling.
It's hot. Hot bass.
I guess you could.
Like, look.
well, I would like to do that, but just
There's
just for,
one on somebody's
just for
back
me.
deck.
Yeah, I wouldn't want other people being there.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, if it was just me and they're making me shrimp and chicken.
Look at that. See how you did that on the back deck of their house?
Yeah,
That's
He's got to
cool.
lug that table around. Hibachi grill. Or
Mhm,
whatever.
they got
Yeah.
probably got a huge truck.
I think it looks awesome.
Got a hibachi chef named Earl comes out there.
Yeah. Shit.
Let's see what the chef looks like.
Well, you ought to get one. Order it
I
up.
can't afford it right now, but I
We
want to
can
do
hang out
yeah,
with
how
all
much
your
is it?
neighbors.
I want to do
Very expensive.
we could do like a listener party to somebody could win one. We could do a hibachi party at their house or something.
Are they paying?
We'll call that Plan B.
Can they buy the hibachi grill?
Well, you get the hibachi place to be the sponsor of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then all y'all could go and hang out with the listeners.
We did a hibachi thing once, didn't we? With
Yeah,
listeners?
nobody showed up.
Really?
Is that true?
I think we had like 2 people.
Yeah,
What did we do?
It was the
it
one
was
in
at the
it was one
restaurant in
right?
Uptown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a thing where you won a hibachi dinner with us.
Oh.
And no one
nobody
wanted
gave a shit.
Wait, so was there actually people that won and they just didn't come?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're sitting there.
Worst. I would have
Basically,
cried.
we had the whole hibachi area to ourselves.
It was delicious.
Yeah, and I'm thinking they did a special time where we were the only ones in the restaurant, and our guests were going to be the only ones, and there was a one woman and her guest.
What
showed
happened
up.
to the other winners?
They just didn't. I guess they didn't give a shit. They didn't care.
Yeah, park uptown. You know, it's a whole thing.
Parking garages.
It's 2 people.
I don't remember.
And the worst part is the parking garage was literally right across the street, so it wasn't. It couldn't have been that much of a hassle.
I would have gone if I won.
Oh, you would have gone for free food?
Yes.
But the lady that did win was very excited to be there with us, and her enthusiasm was as much as 10 people.
And she probably remembers that for the rest of her life. She got
She
to just
will.
have personal dinner with you guys.
Right?
That's special.
Yeah, did we tell her that you're the only winner?
You are the sole winner. This is just for you.
Yeah, you talk about a kick between the pockets.
Yeah, I would have cried.
You said no one gave a shit.
And that's what I think.
That's even true.
I think in most of these cases, that's the way I look at it. First, we say you can do this with Ace and TJ, or you can win this with Ace and TJ. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that they really care about that.
Yeah, you got to give them something big, something good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was an experience.
It all depends.
Yeah, you got to see what works and what
We've had
doesn't work.
the vast majority of things we've done through the years have been wildly successful.
Yeah.
So if you miss one, you miss one.
Yeah, we should talk. What are like the biggest bombs that we've done? That might be interesting.
We've done when we used to do those back when people listened to CDs and we weren't broadcasting everything on the internet and all. We would make those best of CDs and sell them for charity. But this was back when people listened to CDs. They would sell a lot,
Yeah.
Alexis, but we would also do public appearances and signings.
Oh.
And I would say,
Sign those CDs.
Like a CD signing was a popular
yeah.
thing.
And I would
Like a
say
book signing.
at least half of them, you could have shot a gun through the store and not hit anybody.
I would say not half.
There was like 2 people in line.
I would say half is an exaggeration, but there were
So
a
much
few.
so that I would get up from behind the table and be walking around like, oh yeah.
There were some though
just
that
sit
on the
there.
drive out you would know like what? Why am I going out here? Like they
Yeah.
can hardly hear the station here. What am I doing on a Saturday morning? I'm driving 2 hours, to an hour and a half to do this.
But there
Nobody
were
showed like 2 people.
there
would
were
show up.
others where I mean the line was packed for the whole 2-3 hours that we were there.
You guys were out there.
But then there are other times when every word we were saying was echoing through the place.
Line up. Line starts
You
here.
guys want a copy of my mixtape?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that.
It's basically what
The guy outside the gas station, but he was going to sign it for you too.
Yeah, exactly.
But for charity.
It was for the kids.
Yeah.
We had I can give you, I'll tell you one that pops to mind immediately that wasn't a show thing, but a massive charity case failure. But it was lessened by the fact that I knew it was going to be failure. Somebody hired us to play at, it used to be a little theater. I just passed it. It's like an electrical company now or something like that. It was a theater years ago right there at the edge of Plaza Midwood in the Mothership Market of Charlotte. They had a space in the back where like a warehouse. And they said, you come play, we'll pay the fee, and everybody will come from the theater group on a Saturday night or whatever. And they had an event, but they had a play or something before that. It was going to be like an after party thing. And my thought was, I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. But
Theater people coming to your bands?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
You know how many people showed up? 3.
Did you put on a show for those 3 people?
Ripped their skulls open. I mean, they had the person who set it up and then 2 other people that came after the show. I think everybody else was like, hey, we've done a performance. We're tired. We're going home. Or they were going out drinking. They didn't want to come. Theater people, after a theater performance, didn't want to come back to the theater class place and have a big rock show. And we actually told the girl later, just cover the expenses. Like, forget we don't need to make any money. If you'll just cover so we don't have to pay for this truck and all this kind of
Ace
stuff.
is like, are you guys ready to rock?
Oh, man. We tore it open.
2
Y'all got any
people.
requests?
I think they were like,
Crickets. They're
literally,
walk into the right place.
there may have literally been about 9 people standing out in front of the band. And we were just like, you know what? You paid us for an hour and a half. Here comes an hour and a half. We just shredded it.
Y'all want to come up here and sing?
Yeah.
Let's all sing together.
It was bad, though. It was really bad.
Who wants to sing the next one here?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Come on up.
Darla, hold my purse. I'm going up.
Because my parents were in town. My dad was in town and my stepmom. And my dad said, Saturday, he'd been playing with the kids all day. He was like, I'm probably not going to make it to that show. I said, hey, look, just don't worry about it. Don't. I said, you've been to 2 shows before. They were both sold out. This is not going to be like that, I don't think. Yeah. And I got there and we split. It was ugly, though.
And then in those things with the CDs, there was always the one person that would come up when it was a dead one. The one person would come up and it seemed like they would yell as loudly as they could. Where is everybody?
Oh, no.
I figured I'd have to wait in line. I almost didn't come because I figured I wouldn't make it.
I was like, shut up.
It's so
I
embarrassing.
hate that.
And then I would always, they just we just got a break. I mean, it was nonstop.
Yeah, it's been
Till
slammed.
you got here.
Where
Where is everybody? Man.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You came right on time.
We did one at a Best Buy in Gastonia, North Carolina once that went really well. It was one of those that was packed. But the only reason I'm bringing it up is because weird things would happen at these a lot of times. And it was right around, I want to say around the holidays, but I could be wrong. But we put out this CD and we were leaving and it had been really packed. It went really, really well. And we were standing in the parking lot and this couple kept talking to us. I don't know if they were a couple or what, but the guy said something about,
I think they were brother and sister.
brother and sister. You got a snake in the truck. Y'all want to see it? Well, sadly, we kind of had to because they were parked right by us. And the guy gets this python out, right? It was python?
Or boa constrictor.
Boy, in the parking lot of a Best Buy. And the girl, the sister, takes the snake, grabs it by the neck, gets on her knees, and in the middle of the parking lot, we were like, what is going on? And she opens her mouth and puts the entire snake's head into her mouth. Pulls out, and goes, and spits it, goes, get this bad taste in your mouth.
You need a bath.
Ew. Did they think that you guys were going to, like, make them famous or something? That was their,
I know. I
like,
think they were just sharing their passion.
They're like, this is our chance to make it big.
Swear.
Snake in a
I'll
hot
never
car.
get- we were just standing there, like, looking at each other like, what just happened? What is that? And yeah, but she got on her knees. I don't know why she had to get on her knees in the parking lot. She gets on it and puts the snake's head in her mouth and just
She's trying to show you
Well,
what
the
kind of
snake-
skills she
well,
got.
It was on the ground, and she got down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just picked it up.
we were like, all right, well, y'all have a good night, man. Thanks for coming. We'll see you later.
Cool party trick, bro.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, and then there were so many times when we would have those lunch appearances that went along with the CD sound. Like we would split up and and we would do an hour from noon to 1 at I think this particular time was Jersey Mike's. So you go to Jersey Mike's and sell the CDs or whatever.
You guys were selling the CDs yourselves?
Yeah, and we would go and some of the time people come in there and they had no clue who the radio station was, who we were, or anything, and we'd just be out there for an hour. It's like, oh, God, nothing happening. And then it's like, well, where is everybody?
Be like, shut up.
It's like we drove 70 miles to get here.
Well, I'm glad everybody came to the tailgate event since that's how some of the events have gone.
And that makes it worse though when they actually win a contest.
Free. It's
and
free.
That's why it's just like, I always get paranoid that's going to sound arrogant to begin with, and go, hey, you can win an opportunity to be around Ace and TJ, and so I may go and Ace does too, go over too much the other way. Like people don't care, people, whatever. Yeah. But it's cases like that when. I mean, it wasn't like we said you're going to win a fast food combo and come eat with Ace and TJ. This is a really nice hibachi restaurant.
That was nice.
Full Japanese restaurant in the big city, in the fancy building and all that. They were like, F that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I've always gone by the theory that if you're going to give something away, overgive. Mm-hmm. Like,
right.
If you're giving away free spots to something, overgive. I'd much rather deal with, we got 12 people here and we're supposed to have 8. We can figure that out. As opposed to we have no people here and we're supposed to have 8.
Right.
That looks like a total, well, it doesn't look like it is a total failure.
Not good.
Yeah, it looks really bad. What's worse is it makes you feel bad.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when your daddy and them came to see how famous you are.
Oh. And there's nobody there.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank God. The only 2 times my daddy went to the charity case shows, we were sold out.
This is the Share Funny podcast from the Ace and TJ family. More next.
Now, better ingredients, better pizza means that each bite of every Papa John's slice just keeps getting better. From that first bite you have to blow on, to that second bite of crispy, crunchy toppings, to that string of gooey, melty cheese. And just when you're thinking this cannot get any better, you get to the crust and you realize it's not just any crust. Oh no, it's epic stuffed crust that's hand-stuffed with cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, even better when it's stuffed.
This is the Share Funny podcast from the Ace and TJ family. Let's go!
Yeah, you cancel.
Go. Oh, it's almost time to take a break.
I know. Yeah, we were running late, sounding great.
Would that be the biggest, that contest that you're talking about, TJ, the biggest failure we ever had?
Oh, Lord, no.
You think?
No. Yeah, I would have to think about it for a while, but yeah, there have been many, many times when I've just felt the sting of loneliness where there was supposed to be a
crowd,
a huge gathering of fans.
Yeah. I had a reality check the first time I did one of those appearances. I was outside I won't say the company, but it was let's just say a disposable phone company. And I just expected, I was like, God, where should I park like a block away or just walk over just to make sure everybody's got a spot? And it's like one person in a radio station T-shirt. They're like, "Oh, you're here." Oh, where is it?
Yeah, I feel like that too. Like when Adam's like, "Oh yeah, we could do things." I'm like, "No one's gonna come see me. What am I gonna do?"
They'll come see you.
No,
Yeah.
they won't.
Yeah, you're right. On second
They're
thought,
not gonna come
no,
see
they will. You're in good shape.
Well, but just think about when we started doing these, started in radio, the radio station we worked for did so many of those from a car dealership that if you were somewhere else, people would say, "Y'all aren't at the dealership today?" Because we became known for doing these car dealerships 6 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Yeah, what are y'all doing here?
It's a running joke. So if you did a club remote, people would come up going into the club, into the bar. "Oh, y'all are not at the car dealership?" No, we're not at the car dealership.
Yeah, I would like to do an appearance somewhere where there's already going to be people, so then I could take ownership. Like, look at all the people I brought in.
That's the best.
But they don't even know who I am.
Like if they have a big concert and you get to present and go up on stage and it's like, "Oh, there's 15,000 people there." This
They all
is
came
easy.
for me.
But, can't win them all. Because then I stop and think, all right, who would it have to be for me to go meet on a Friday night after I've been working all week? Who would it have to be to drag me out on a Friday night to go meet them and have dinner with them?
Who is it?
I don't know. Now that Rush Limbaugh died, I can't think of anybody, really.
I had an opportunity to meet Bruno Mars a few weeks ago. I could have gone and met him and had dinner, and I was like, nah, I don't feel like it. I don't want to get out of my house.
Really? You could have
And it
dinner
was
with
Bruno
him.
Mars. Yeah. I just don't really like.
When he was in town with his is it tequila? Not tequila,
rum.
rum.
Yeah, he was promoting his rum. I was like, I don't really feel like
Now,
that.
do you mean the alcohol beverage, or are you saying room in your accent?
I was thinking the same thing.
Alcohol beverage.
Okay. R-U-M, not rum as in R-O-O-M.
The rum.
Yeah, they all got alcohols now, don't they?
I know.
You ever? I know.
Rum and the tequila.
Y'all should come out with your
and-
own alcohol.
I know.
People won't even come eat hibachi with us. You think they're going to buy a damn Puerto Rican rum?
You know though.
From Mason TJ's motherland of Louisiana, the Caribbean rum.
Call it Gator juice.
You ever got a? I know you've done
I
this,
think that's
TJ.
already a product.
Yeah, we do these appearances though, like you'd be at a car dealership, but you have stuff to give away. Next person swings by and says they heard it on the air. We got a $50 gift card for you to the Piccadilly restaurant. And then the next time you get to come by, you go, tell you what, we got another of those $50 gift cards because not a damn person had come by in the half hour.
We found another one.
And then later on that night, you go home and go, hey, baby, we got a $50 gift card to the Piccadilly. Load your shit up. Let's go.
Good news.
Baby DJ's coming and going, hey, I got these leftover gift cards. Just keep them, man. Just keep them. Gave them all away. As far as you know, we gave them away. Don't worry about it.
Aw, I never got to go to any of y'all's events. I wanted to, but I wasn't old enough.
Yeah, because when you were listening to us growing up, we didn't do a whole lot of at a store kind of thing on Saturdays. It was always events.
Big events like
Yeah.
the Second Chance Prom or the Halloween
Right.
thing.
Yeah, we're not like that anymore. I mean, if you want me to come down to promote Roy Jean's wrecker service on a Saturday night,
He'll be
and
there.
you got $20, I'll be there.
I'm there.
Bells on. Yeah, that'll
Seriously,
be
call or email.
It's funny that's meant to be shared. This is the Share Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ family.
One of the main things that we can do to make our homes stay comfortable is to make sure that there are no pests in the home. And the best way to do that is with our friends at Cardinal Environmental Solutions. Now, Cardinal Environmental Solutions has over 25 years of experience in the pest control industry. And the thing about it is that they are from this area. They serve the entire greater Charlotte area, and they grew up here in Charlotte. They raise their families here in Charlotte. They understand the climate, the soil types, all of the various pests that invade our homes, and they even deal with the bad mosquitoes that we have. So if you need someone to take care and make sure that your house is bug-free and rodent-free, then you need Cardinal Environmental Solutions. They're very easy to find. Just go to acetj.com/cardinal, acetj.com/cardinal, and start living pest-free today with Cardinal.
Share Funny is a production of the Ace and TJ family. For more, download the Ace and TJ app in your app store. Now, more of the Share Funny podcast.
We had this story on the regular old morning show today. It's about this lady who calls herself a holistic life coach, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. She was on the TikTok, and she posted these tricks to make yourself, quote, the most attractive person in the room. And there are things like use your hands when you talk because it makes you seem more confident and engaging. Walk around with wet hair because people think that's attractive. Speak slowly. because she says when you're rushing through your words, it doesn't make it seem like you're as secure about what you're saying. Smile and have warm body language, have sensual energy, whatever the hell that means. But I don't know whether this is just, I mean, whether you would call this shallow or just in touch with, in touch with what the other people are actually all about. But you know how I say that if I like a person's work enough as an actor or something, I can overlook how much of disagreements we have politically.
Right.
And I always say George Clooney is not one that I enjoy his work enough to be able to watch his stuff and get past the fact that I can't stand him for his political views and all.
But Alec Baldwin.
But Alec Baldwin, I think, is I enjoy his work enough to forget about that long enough to watch him act.
Yeah, he's good.
So I think this may be the same kind of thing. Is if you are ugly, it doesn't matter what you do with your hands or how much confidence you appear to have. It's not going to make you more attractive to me. None of these things would make you, much less be the most attractive person in the room.
You wouldn't find someone, even though you're
I always separate them.
not super attractive, you wouldn't find that they get more attractive the way they can engage and be interesting.
No, not attractive. I can like them more.
Yeah.
You know.
Could they be sexier? More sensual?
Well, it depends on what they're working with looks first. You know, if it's somebody that I would never ever even want to kiss, then no matter what they do, I wouldn't be able to get past and make them be attractive in my eye. There's nothing that they would be able to engage or whatever that would make me go, you know what? The more I'm around her, she's getting to be sexy and more attractive.
Okay.
Now, does that make me shallow, or does that make me just have the ability to separate the two?
I think the ability maybe to separate that, because I don't know. I've seen guys that are not cute, and then I've hung out with them, and they're funny, and somehow they've become attractive.
Yeah, and I think women are more easily swayed that way,
Right.
than men are.
Women are more likely. Women will date a guy who's less attractive. Well, you know, a lot of people think Pete Davidson is a classic example of that. Even though women find him attractive for some reason other than looks. I think women are better at finding the opposite sex attractive for something other than looks.
Yeah, so maybe you guys are shallow, actually. I take that back.
It's not shallow.
It's just a difference.
Yeah. Or maybe it is shallow. I don't know. I did ask the question. Is that shallow? So maybe it is.
Maybe you're a little bit loose.
It's probably.
What's that have to do with anything?
Yeah, you're just looking for any kind of sex, whether it's from a good-looking person or not.
I mean, if we're going to say mean things, I'm just going to start saying some mean things.
It's not mean.
Yeah, no, I think
Not
it's
Women are just out to get banged by whomever
Right.
comes along.
In all
Ugly
seriousness,
asses.
I think it's a compliment to women that they can find things that make up for a guy's lack of attractive. Look at me. I have no business being with my wife, but yet some reason she finds me attractive.
Yeah, what's that reason?
I don't know.
But I get what I'm saying is that I can see where some people would say, I want to be with this person because she is this way, and she does this that I like, and so forth. But they would have to, in my eyes, forfeit the looks. And you're with them, and you go, okay, well, instead of a look that I'm attracted to,
Right.
I'm choosing these other things. I'm choosing her confidence when she uses her hands to talk, and I prefer that over looks. Yeah. But not to say she uses her hands when she talks, and it makes her seem confident. So now she's hot to me,
Yeah.
and I'm attracted to her.
I'm like, why are you flailing your arms around? Relax.
Well, I think flailing is not really the word.
That's what I would say.
Chill out.
Now,
Shh.
also, if some woman that I think is not attractive at all comes in with wet hair, I'm not going to go, oh, you know what? I've always thought she was ugly, but now that her hair is wet, she looks really hot. Now, if a woman that I already think is pretty comes in and her hair is wet then maybe I go, ooh, she looks sexy with her hair wet like that.
I don't get that.
And the right the right amount of wet. It can't be like sopping wet, right?
Right,
Yeah.
because
It's
you,
like-
I think subconsciously
how is
you
that
you would subconsciously relate that to when women get out of the shower and they've shampooed their hair and it's drying in the air. You just assume that I think that I associate that with her and the fact that she was just naked.
Naked, yeah.
Really?
She was
Oh
just
my God.
She just
Yep.
was naked. So now this is, she's only in that robe now,
like I
or
just missed a chance
whatever
to
it
see her in
is.
the
Is
shower.
that you just automatically think, oh, she was in the shower, so that equals naked.
You guys are crazy.
That's the way the male mind works.
I
Right
know,
there.
such a mystery.
And you know what? If it didn't, women would be going, "What's wrong with me? Why don't you find me attractive?"
I know I
Why
don't look
you
good with
like
my
that?"
hair wet. I look like a. Ugh.
Now when it's
There's a
wrapped-
difference in shower wet and cheap champagne wet.
Shut up.
After you've been to the club,
Andre.
some other girl poured it over your head
Yeah,
because you're
right.
trying to steal her man.
Please.
What were you saying, Riggins?
Like she said, I don't look good with my hair wet. I was like, well, not with a Food Line bag tied around your head. Whatever that shit
Yeah,
was.
using that as an umbrella.
The Sheriff Funny Podcast is a production of the Ace and TJ family. To get more Ace and TJ 24/7, download the Ace and TJ app. Just search for Ace and TJ in your app store. All Sheriff Funny material copyright ATJ Incorporated 2021.